Go of Ike, letting go of the love I had felt for him in the beginning and became my friend. It's happened before. It's happened before. It's happened before. You know you bitches. A devious bitch will befriend a hoe to their baby father in a minute. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our Bella Book Club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly $5 fee, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Ike Tina, my life story, Tina Turner with Kurt Loder. And y'all told me that the white man was still alive and he over there working on Sirius Radio at 85 years old. Okay, my bad. No disrespect to Kurt Loder. And I don't know what chapter this is. My bad. I'll put it. We left off. Tina Turner had just came off the road without Ike. Okay, according to Tina Turner, Ike had told her that, okay, I'm working on this new label, so I'm not going to go on tour with you. Them niggas don't need me anyway, neither do you, but I ain't going to tell you that, okay? And you just going out there on your own, okay? When she got back home, Ike was ready to admit his undying love for this lady named Gloria, okay? He showed Tina Turner a picture of Gloria. Tina Turner is taken aback, like, what am I going to do? I can't compete with that. She looked like Sophia Loren. Yes, you can compete with that, girl. You're the goddamn lead singer. Without you, what is Ike without Tina? Okay? What is it? So you can compete. And you don't compete where you don't compare. That lady Gloria, yeah, she got his... But everybody got that. I was looking at the picture, really observing every inch of her. When I noticed the chair she was sitting on and the wood in the background, she was sitting in my house. Then I found out from one of the children that Gloria had been living there while I was gone and sleeping in my bed. I was so hurt by that. Answer why? Or question why? Why are you hurt? You know that's your man. You know what your man is capable of. Ann Thomas, another Ann. Another and one of my commenters was like, what the heck? No, not one, but a couple of them was like, what the hell is going on with Ann's? I'm like, did Ike Turner have a fetish with anybody with the name Ann? Shit. It's just crazy to me. Or was all the ladies back then named Ann? Because my grandmother name was Ann. Thomas was another one. Very pretty girl, very nice girl. She had some Oriental blood, but she looked just like my stage image. Couldn't sing at all, but there she was. And after I started letting go of Ike, letting go of the love I had felt for him in the beginning and became my friend. It's happened before. It's happened before. It's happened before. You know you bitches. A devious bitch will befriend a hoe to their baby father in a minute, That's okay. Something different. All of his girlfriends became my friends because they were always in the same position. They had always been in the same position that I had been when I was falling in love with Ike Turner. But where they were just getting into the transition, I was coming out of it. So we all had a lot in common. And who else did I have? There was no life outside of the house and the studio and the road. I mean, I couldn't even go to the movies on my own. If I had to go to the market or something, I have to tell him first, and he still might come with me. Yeah, girl, he cannot risk getting knocked. Didn't I tell you that in the other video? I can't risk getting knocked. I just go to the job and then afterwards go back to the hotel and then go to bed. Then River Deep became a hit in England, and suddenly Ike and Tina were off on tour with the Rolling Stones. Okay, this is a little, tricky. Tina girl, you're gonna need more people because we definitely don't believe you, okay? The Stones tour, 12 dates in all, was booked to run from September 23rd through October 9th. In addition, the Ike and Tina Turner Review will be playing another dozen or so dates on the side. Many of the enormous Mecca clubs that then catered to the British youth. And the young white people, they love Ickety Ikety. And now, when she got on tour with the Rolling Stones, she didn't understand, real fans, okay? Until she seen, thousands of white girls, get naked, drop acid, and lose their mind when seeing the Mickey Jagger and the Keefe on stage. What's the dude named? Keith Richardson. Keefe Richardson. Ike said, man, these guys can play over here. He was really blown away. Ike was so strongly attracted to white people. He had a lot of white girlfriends and white guys that he idolized. This is another reason why we see why Tina Turner is more attracted to the white race opposed to the black race. Like I said early on, I get it now. Okay, at first I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? She ain't never had no good black pickle. Well, we know that ain't true. Because the way that they talk about Ickety Ikety, okay, all right, let me do this right quick. The way they talk about Ickety Ikety, okay, in comparison to the rest of the world, Mick Jagger comments, Tina definitely was not out every night boogieing, but she wasn't a party pooper either. She'd hang around and have a good time with the girls. She was to some extent with Ike, but she would recommend which Ike I should go for. And I went out with P.P. Arnold for a while. Remember P.P.? Mm-hmm. P.P. is the one that Tina was trying to get fired because she knew that P.P. was hunching her man Ickety Ikety. Okay? I'm just like, I look at it like, why do you want the nigga fired? The lady fired. Keep the hoe. Because she could keep him busy while you doing your thing. I never went out to watch the Stones perform. I didn't have time. Ike always had somebody to take care of our clothes on the road. But if that person started spending too much time helping me, well, it was a problem. So after a while, Tina was like, look, just go help them. I'll figure it out on my own. Okay, so Tina started paying more attention to her looks and started studying women and, trying to figure out which look looked best for her. Okay, so she didn't mind that a long time. Go over there, do whatever it is you want to do with the Ike or the Ike, whatever you do, but just leave me alone. Tina says that after a while, I started noticing this face off stage when the girls and I were out there. I said, God, who's that boy with those big lips? Mickety Jagger. Mickety just stand behind the speakers, and all you could see would be this white face and these eyes and that mouth. Finally, Ike brought him into the dressing room one night, and they were really fans of Ike Turner's. I said, oh. And I also said that Mickety Jagger had his eye on P.P. Arnold. Okay, that's completely different from what Mickety Jagger said. Mickety Jagger said, Tina Turner was like, I got a bitch for you. It says that Mick Jagger had his eye on P.P. And, Tina was just that way too, P.P. That's the way she said it happened, okay? And that, I didn't have a problem with it. So what makes you think that we believe that I didn't have you out there selling your vagina or giving your vagina to whoever it was? If Ike had a thing for PP, okay, and he did not have any opposition to Mickety Jagger having PP, okay, what makes you think that we would even believe that it was a prostitute lookalike that was giving all these different men the vagina and not you. She said that everything was funny in those days with Mick around. He'd be telling me about Keith Richards too. I think Keith sort of had a crush on Tina. Tina Turner goes on to say that Mick Jagger, while he was in the room joking around and fooling around, kikiing and caca and being funny with Ickety Ikety, he said that Mick Jagger would be there saying, yeah, I think Keith Richards got a thing for you, Tina the Turner, you know? And then all of a sudden, you know, she'd be saying Keith Richards this, Keith Richards that, you know? You know how it is. Only thing we need, the bare minimum we need is just to know somebody like us. And then we get all, somebody like us. Next thing you know, we fucking them. Answer no. If you think I don't think that Tina Turner got some of that Keith Richards E-C0li in her kitty cat, you got me effed up. So there's no way in the world that you're going to tell me that Tina the Turner and Mickety Jaggedy and I'm sorry, Keith the Richards, okay, ain't had some kind of liaison going on while they was on tour. They love her too much. Okay, too goddamn much. Tina says that England was the beginning of everything for her. The beginning of her escape from Ike Turner. Okay? She said one day she was doing this show called Ready, Steady, Go. And she made friends with this woman named Vicky. At first, Vicky and her friends were trying to figure out if I was a lesbian. Here we go. Here we go. Now listen. Now listen. Okay. What she said was that people thought that she was lesbian, and Ickety Ikety said that she was a lesbian too. Okay. And when she said this, I said, oh yeah, that's a lesbian. But what she said was that when she was young, she would always stare at women, you know, not because she wanted to hunch them, but because she was admiring their looks and what they did to put things together, what it took to be a beautiful woman. That's what she said. But let me tell you something. I did those same things too. Okay. In the 10th grade, I started really staring at women and how beautiful they were and being able to, you know, get a look from a woman that I love. I remember this girl in my 10th grade, child. I was in the 10th and she was in the 12th. I loved her. I thought she was the most beautiful, exquisite thing I had ever seen in my life. And she was so sweet to me. I loved her. Okay. But I ended up being friends with the girl Vicky, okay? And she said back then in those days, anybody that she formed some kind of bond with would turn into her psychiatrist. So she ended up telling Vicky all her business about how miserable she was with Ike, okay? Next minute, you know, Vicky got her in the fortune tellers. Vicky took me to this woman. I forgot her name, but I'll never forget what she told me. She said, you will be among the biggest of stars. True. Mm-hmm. And your partner will fall away like a leaf from a tree. True. She also saw something about a number 6. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what that means. When the tour with the Rolling Stones was over, we flew to France and Germany to do some press and TV appearances. The trip changed my whole life. Because let me tell you, like I said, she's becoming more independent, right? Now, you know, because Ike busy doing whatever it is Ike doing, maybe being with that girl Gloria who we in love with for real, or that other girl PP. She loves it over there in France, right? She said she couldn't speak a word. Ickety Ikety couldn't speak a word. Nobody could speak anything, but she had this way that she knew how to communicate with the French people. Okay, so she thought that it was the place for her to be. Okay, because they loved her over there. Girl, they love everybody over there. They love Jeffrey Daniel over there. That nigga can't do shit. Okay? They love everybody over there in the UK. Everybody. Child, if you juggle, they love you over there. She's figuring herself out, and now she's going shopping, child. And she's spending up all the money. All the money. She's going shopping, and she is enjoying all the lavishness that comes with being Tina Turner. Finally, 1967 was the year of psychedelic. The Beatles, the Stones, the Strawberry Alarm Clock all topped the U.S. pop charts with liturgically tinged singles. Even the Supremes had a #1 hit with the trendily titled song called The Happening. But for Ike and Tina Turner, 1967 was another year without a pop hit of revenue kept coming through touring. Of course. Ike was going to tour until he died. And he did probably tour until he died. The review kept touring though, and the money kept pouring in. Nothing changed except for Tina's status with the press. In the wake of River Deep, she was coming to be seen, at least among the musically astute, as the indispensable half of Ike and Tina. Danger. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves you, babies. Have a good one. Peace.